What's up, YouTube? Off-Road Garage here. With my new and old project. Sorry if the phone's freezing. If you guys are a long-term subscriber, if you guys are have been with me for a while, you'll remember this lawnmower. It looks a little bit different than it used to. Sorry if the camera's jumping. Basically what happened to this one is I sold it and sold it to a friend, which then sold it to his friend, and I sold it for like dirt cheap, like almost next to nothing. So it wasn't really worth selling it in the beginning. I was just done with the project, and then I was just trying to get out of lawnmowers, move my channel to off-roading Jeeps and pickups, and more of an automotive thing. But I got that red one over there that you can't see, and just basically got a couple more, so I decided, what the heck. And since that rear end blew in that other one, which you can't see, my friend, I was asking him if he had any rear ends, and he happened to get this one back from his friend, and he gave me this one back, and technically I made a profit off of it, because he gave it to me instead of selling it back to me for what I paid for it. But if you see the hood, I have no clue why anyone would want to do this. The hood is a complete different color. It's all black. The sticker's blacked out. That one's the better one of the two. The A Special Edition side thing, blacked out. It used to have a Trail Gear sticker on it, but it was all sun faded, so I pulled it off. You can hardly read Ace anymore, which really kind of blows. And when I came to it, when I went to pick it up from my friend's yard, the hood was flopped all the way over where I couldn't see it, and I just recognized the paint on here. Actually, it was on this side. Is when I walked up, and I wiped it, and I was like, well, that can just come off, that'll be fine, not realizing that he painted the whole hood except on the inside, thankfully. And he painted the whole hood black, which I do not like. I wish it was rusted and like it was before. So I'm gonna try and get some acetone or a green scratcher or something, get all this black paint off, oxidized black paint. That little dark spot right there is where I tried gas and it didn't work. So I need like some acetone or something. There's that other sticker, it's all blacked out. So it still has the same motor that it had before, and I mean, still turns. So it's actually pretty much how I sold it. Same tires still on it, same push bar, exactly how I sold it, except someone painted over the rust, which I have no clue why you would do. If he wanted to paint it, why not sand it all down and paint it? But you can see he just sanded over the rust, which in my case is good that he used crappy paint and just halfway sprayed it, because I can just take some acetone and wipe it down. So that's probably what I'll do. If you guys remember, this push button does nothing. I'm going to try it again, see if I can try to get it to work. The key works, which it has its issues. So yeah. That's cool. Little robin right there. Anyway, I'm already distracted again. So, basically, the friend gave it to me for parts for my other one, which we all probably know. I'm not parting this out. This was my very first lawnmower. I was happy to get it back. I'm not parting out the red one. I'm going to try to find a top half for that transmission for the red one, which is right there. And just fix this one. I'm going to try to fix this motor up. If I end up screwing it up, I have a different one. But basically, only thing wrong with this motor is this whole seal all the way around it leaks. Except in the back. I mean, it does a little bit in the back. But other than that, you might say that this is not much of leakage. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in here. If you guys can see it. It actually does drip oil. Leak oil down. And I mean, I could just keep on topping it off and run it, which I might, but I'm thinking pull the whole thing off, flip it upside down, pull the bottom half off, and put some RTV or some Wright stuff on it, and then put it all back together. As you can see, the mufflers for an off-road mower are way too low. Like, that should never have been like that. But you guys might have seen the video. I was just trying to slap it together and get it to run. Let me close the hood here. I was just trying to get it to run, and the muffler wouldn't fit, the factory one for the Craftsman, because the frame. So I just threw those on, and it worked. I mean, it worked and everything, but I just don't really care for it. So I'm just gonna unthread those and run it straight piped probably, or open headers, basically, unless I can find a muffler for it. So, as I can find like a two-piece muffler like that other one's got, because the other motor that I have does not have it. So that's the plan. Don't know quite what else I'm gonna do. Probably major thing is fixing that hood. The motor problem is a whole different thing. Don't need to be done. It runs right now. I could literally throw gas in it and start it. And yeah, I mean, the grill needs to be bolted down. You might ask why those are red. It's off of a parts mower that I parted out a while back. And if you wonder why I don't have the rear end from that, it's because it's in this already. This rear end's out of a 94 Mud Mower. I don't know why I crawled down here. This really does not show nothing. But this rear end's out of a 94 lawnmower. Because the factory one that I had in here, I think it was the bottom half of the case. It was cracked all down the seam, and the wheels were seized on, and so they were like rusted more than anything I've ever seen. And that would not have been a problem if the factory tires held air, which they didn't. So what I ended up doing was, these wheels are off of a 2004, I think. 2000, something around there, 2000 area. I think it's like a 2001, maybe. 2001 MTD. And it had good tires and tubes on it when I got it. And then I just wanted mud trains, and I got these for cheap, $5 for both of them. And so I just cut the tread off those because they wouldn't demount. And I mounted these on there, which work great. I mean, these are really nice V-treads. I call them V-treads. I don't know if they're actually V-treads. I'm going to assume they are. This one goes flat every now and then. Like, it'll hold air for a couple days and then go flat. So, I do have a tube from the old tire that was on it, but I cut into it with the hacksaw. So I'm going to have to buy a tube patch, and then I could just put the tube in here. So, other than that, tire going flat and the paint problem, and the motor needs to be resealed, and the small muffler issue, it's a good mower. Oh, and the front axle issue. You guys seen what I did to that mower, that one. How I switched it to an LT 1000 front end, and it does not flex, which that's my race mower over there, mud mower right here. And since that was a race mower, it was okay that it didn't flex because taking corners would be better. This one I want to continue flexing, so I'm going to just rebuild this front end how it is, get new bushings for it and stuff, or make some bushings or whatever. It shouldn't be hard. And yeah, and it's not wallered out like the last one, like my red one is. So it's just the tires need new bushings, or the rims and the tires need new bushings, and the hubs need bushings, and that's pretty much it. So do that. Oh, and I need to wire the throttle correctly, because this throttle in my video, when I the video of it firing up, when it's full throttle, it's idling. When I let off, it red lines. So yeah, so I need to fix that, wire it the opposite way, and I'll probably take it off, the carburetor off, and make sure I do it correctly this time. And if I can get the foot throttle working, I'll just put some more oil in the motor for now, and then probably this summer put a new seal. I mean, basically RTV and right stuff, and seal the crap out of it where it won't ever leak again. And then be done doing the motor. Probably this summer rebuild the front end. Here soon, get rid of the freaking ugly paint. And put a tube in this tire probably this summer. Or I'm gonna try green goop first before anything. So, oh yeah, and the motor, I don't know if you can see that, it moves, because I only have 2 bolts, that bolt and that bolt diagonally, which for an off-road mower is perfectly fine. You don't need all the bolts. That's just luxury stuff, having all your bolts. Basically, this frame has been drilled several times, and if I drilled it again, it would probably fold in half. Not really, but I just got lazy and didn't drill it. And I think there was already some drill holes that kind of, if I couldn't drill because they were like almost there. So, which I don't really care. It's not a show tractor. I mean, obviously, it's just a mud rig. But yeah, I was like not really happy when I seen that black paint. That is just disgraceful to cover up that gorgeous rust. Which everyone is asking me, why have a rusted mower, surface rust mower, and why not paint it or something? This is like the only mower that you would see if once I get the paint off of it. It's a unique thing. It's got the factory colors, the factory gray with the rust over the top. And then someone also tried repainting it a few years back black, and it did the same thing, just flaked off. I don't know, people using cheap paint. So, other than those few things, the mud mower's back on the channel. I kind of was not intending for this to happen, but the dude came over to do concrete for us and offered me the mower back as a parts rig because I was asking them for the parts for that. And I said, yeah, and here it is. I went and picked it up today with the S10. So, yeah, other than that, she's back. Got a lot of work to do on it. So, alright, see you guys later on Off-Road Garage.